This week on LSMN Overtime, we've got soccer highlights as we head into playoffs. We'll take a look inside what it's like to be a goalie, and we'll talk with district athletic trainers about preparations for serious sports injuries.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching Overtime. I'm Alex Salazar. The soccer season is heading into the final week, and some of the best teams in state are battling for playoff positions right here in LISD. On Monday night, second-ranked Marcus hosted Plano. Freshman forward Maddie Patterson scores on the first shot of the game. Halfway through the first half, Maddie Hayes gets on the board for the first time of the evening. We'll see lots of her, as here's another goal by Hayes. Maddie would then land another shot, giving her a hat trick before the end of the first half. The Lady Marauders would add another before the end of the half with a free kick from Carolina Costanz, ending the half 5-0. In the second half, a Marcus corner kick from Bella Campos set up Karis Torgerson with a nice cross for the header. Campos would add another goal for Marcus as they would win 7-0, giving them a 10-game win streak heading into their final district game Monday against Plano East. Other girls' scores from around the district: Plano East traveled to Lewisville for a 1-1 draw. Hebron defeated Plano West 2-1. Coppell shut out Flower Mound at home 3-0. Frisco Lone Star knocked off the Colony 4-2. So let's look at the current district standings. Marcus at number 2 in state is sitting in the top spot with only 1 loss on the season. Hebron with only 2 losses is sitting at number 4 in state and 2nd in district. Right behind them is Flower Mound, 5th in state and 3rd in district. Now over to boys soccer. Tuesday night action, Flower Mound, who is currently 2nd in district, hosted the Coppell Cowboys, who are still holding on to playoff hopes. The game started off slow with giveaways from both teams. Both the Jags and Cowboys defenses fought hard, and neither team was able to put up points on the board by halftime. In the second half, Coppell came out aggressive, giving Jags goalies Luis Calzada a busy night. With a few minutes left in the game, Flower Mound's Omar Jabber and Drew Lehman made some incredible kicks on goal, but Coppell goalie Jacob Campbell wasn't having any of it and made some incredible saves. The game ended in a no-score draw. Other scores from Tuesday night: Marcus traveled to Plano, defeating the Wildcats 3-1. Lewisville also won on the road, defeating Plano East 3-2. DJ Kulai had 2 goals. More on him later. Hebron won at home 4-2 over Plato West. Lone Star traveled to the Colony and beat the Cougars 4-2. Now to boys' playoff standings. The Hebron Hawks are having an incredible season, still undefeated and ranked number 1 in state. Flower Mound is sitting in 2nd place. Meanwhile, Lewisville is sitting in 3rd place in district but currently ranked 7 in 6A. One player for Lewisville is really having an impressive year. James Triggs has this week's spotlight.
Lewisville senior DJ Kulai is racking up a ton of points this season. The former captain had 2 goals in LHS's win over Plano East Tuesday, bringing his total to 32 on the year. That puts him in 1st in scoring for Dallas area schools and 11th in all of Texas. Check out Kulai and the rest of the Fighting Farmers Tuesday night as they travel to Hebron to take on the top-ranked Hawks. For LSMN Overtime, I'm James Trigg.
Thanks, James. The match Tuesday night should be a great one, with both teams ranked top 10 in 6A. We're sure to see some really great offense on display, so the big question is, who will have the better defense? Defense is important in every sport, but what's it like to be a soccer goalie? Literally the last line of defense. Haley Baker has more.
The goalie is no doubt one of the most important aspects to the soccer team, but what does it take to be one?
Well, goalkeeper is a position in soccer. It protects the goal from any shots like a striker.
The biggest thing we do in our biggest job is stopping the opponent's attack before anything really happens, preventing the players on their team from creating anything in front of our goal and getting too close.
Although a goalkeeper's main responsibility is to defend, there's still more to the position.
Defending definitely takes a lot more work and a lot more mental toughness.
The importance of a good goalie is having communication with your teammates, having a good bond with them, making sure that you know every single aspect of them so that you can make that into the game and so that you have a good way to play the game and just make sure you're making a good decision.
With the goalies being on their feet the entire game, a fair amount of work is put onto the player.
I'm much more comfortable at my feet. I feel like I'm a position now other than a goalkeeper, but I use my hands whenever I know I can catch a ball.
My head is always on a swivel, trying to see who's behind me, who's next to me, so I can force them a direction where I want them to go and force them away from their teammates, so it makes things harder for them. We're very strong and confident, and we don't back out of tackles. We go in hard, and we don't stop.
For LSMN Overtime, I'm Haley Baker.
Turning to softball, LISD had 2 in-district matchups for the first game of the season. Flower Mound took on Lewisville, taking the game 6-all, and Hebron hosted Marcus, sweeping the Marauders 8-1. The Colony has their first district game on Friday against Reedy. When we come back from the break, we'll check out the basketball all-district honors, and we'll take a look at what our district is doing to prepare for health scares during sporting events. Stay tuned.
5, 4,
3, 2.
Thanks for watching LSMN Overtime.
This is AV Sports Broadcasting at Tech East. We focus on sports media and live studio production. The class live streams LST games on YouTube. We also produce Overtime, a bi-weekly sportscast with highlight reels, news packages, and everything produced by students. So if you're interested in video production and editing, or if you just have a passion for sports, this class is for you. Scan the QR code to get more information, and maybe we'll see you on TV.
Welcome back. Several LISD schools had strong basketball seasons and making a run into the playoffs. A big shout out goes to my Hebron Hawks, who went the furthest, making it into the regional tournament. With that kind of success, there are a good number of players being honored with all-district awards. Let's check out this year's first team all-district lineup. Starting with the girls' awards, the Lady Hawks really racked in the awards, with Coach Lisa Branch winning Coach of the Year and Paris Bradley getting co-MVP honors. Also from Hebron, Jordan Thomas and Sydney Jones also made all-district first team. Flower Mound girls basketball had an outstanding year, with players Caitlin Edmondson and Maddie Cox also making the first team, and Maya Bujak picking up Newcomer of the Year. Lewisville's Maya Dotson made the cut by a unanimous vote. Moving over to boys awards, Hebron's Jaden Clemenson and Jaden Haynes made first team all-district, as well as Lewisville's Adrian Banks and Rakai Crawford. The Farmers are also home to Defensive Player of the Year Traylon Green. From the Colony, Green, Spear, and Fegan all received postseason awards, which is really impressive considering they are all freshmen. Turning to track news, Flower Mound girls took first place in the Coppell meet this past weekend. Marcus and Flower Mound guys took second and third place respectively. This weekend, look out for the LISD teams competing in the Aubrey Invitational event. Lewisville Bowling recently took home first place in the regional championship. The team qualified for state meet, which will be held on March 25th and the 22nd in San Antonio. Best of luck to the Farmers. Our LSMN Grad Star of the Week goes out to TCU pitcher Cam Brown, a 2020 graduate from Flower Mound. Brown led the Horned Frogs to a 7-0 win over Rice this past Saturday by throwing 7 shutout innings and 8 strikeouts while only allowing 3 hits in the win. The junior retired 9 straight from the 2nd through the 5th innings and never faced more than 4 batters in an inning. Sudden cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death in young athletes. It may not be something athletic trainers can prevent, but they can be prepared for it. Vinnie Williams has the story.
Millions witnessed the cardiac event that happened to the Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin. The incident posed the question, are we prepared for a cardiac event if it happens to one of our athletes?
What any of us want to see, and everybody's around him, and just hope that he's going to be okay.
Cardiac event is a huge event, and it's always something that's in the back of your mind. We do have everything on this campus that prepared us for an emergency readiness situation when it comes to cardiac, from AEDs to our go bags, which we have that are full of breathing masks for those athletes.
Those pieces of equipment available all the time. So anywhere we are on campus, away, wherever we are, we have equipment needed to save life if needed.
On top of Hamlin, there was also an instance of a cardiac event in North Texas with a high school student athlete. This raised even more concern and attention to the matter.
The awareness is good. I mean, it's going to help prevent deaths. It's going to make people evaluate how they take care of athletes. making sure that they have emergency action plans on their campus that they've actually go through, they evaluate with the athletic staff, with the administration on campuses, plus with your EMTs and your local first responders, from your PD to your fire department, and making sure that what we're doing follows their policies that they need, plus the policies that we need to make sure that we're taking care of kids appropriately.
I've seen a push with CPR training and all that kind of thing. You know, we're doing that with our students right now.
Every year, our coaches have a course that we can get recertified. The certification expires every 2 years, so they recommend that we do it.
Hamlin's is a great example of being prepared. They saved a life that day.
With LSMN Overtime, I'm Vinny Williams.
Sports news we have for this episode. If you have a story that we should cover on Overtime or a suggestion for a grad star, reach out to us on Twitter at LSMN Sports. We're taking a pause for spring break, so we'll see you right back here on YouTube on March 30th. Always working overtime for LSMN, I'm Alex Salazar.